When I was 14, I planned my wedding.
This One's Wife. Birthday Hijack. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Yesterday I drew your attention to another reel that had been put out there by This One's Wife as she continues, as I predicted, to utilise Instagram for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims. And we saw how somebody received an elevated gift. No, it wasn't surrounded by mint. It came in a wooden box, as opposed to the egg box packaging that she had used for everybody else. And she also, as you saw in yesterday's video, provided a picture of a basket whereby there were 3 of the bottles of wine, there were various flowers, including the poisonous flower, and some fruit also. And the picture was captioned, "Sending birthday love, both near and far, to my ladies." The caption seemed a little bit cryptic because, after all, it didn't mention somebody specifically. And this has led in some quarters to the question being raised, who was she aiming this birthday greeting at? And some have reached the conclusion that it was directed towards Queen Camilla, because it was her birthday yesterday. Yes, Camilla was born on the 17th of July 1947. So it was her 78th birthday yesterday. And therefore it caused certain individuals to wonder, and one can understand why this view was formed, was it the case that This One's Wife was seeking to hijack Queen Camilla's birthday for the purposes of merching her produce? Had she sent a box of the wine to Queen Camilla and was referencing that in her message? Now, whilst a narcissist would indeed hijack a birthday for reasons that I don't need to spell out to you, it struck me as a little bit of a stretch to think that This One's Wife would have purposefully have done this in relation to Camilla. The reason being is that Camilla would be painted black alongside the other members of the royal family. And whilst you might think to yourself, well, HG, even though she's painted black, surely if This One's Wife saw that there would be an advantage for her in merching off the back of somebody's birthday, then she would do so. Well, you're right that ultimately the narcissist does what's best for them, and that could well indeed utilising somebody's birthday, and perhaps even more so because they've been painted black. However, it's also the fact that because the individual's painted black, it's unlikely that This One's Wife would be issuing birthday greetings towards her. Furthermore, you would expect her, in the way that This One's Wife does, to make mention of Camilla by name, but she didn't. And it also seems a slightly obscure member of the royal family to go for as well. Nevertheless, there are those that thought that that's what she was doing and that she was entering another new low by basically grifting off the back of Queen Camilla's birthday to make reference to her own wine. To my mind, it didn't stack up, and it would appear that that was correct, because according to Janine Henney writing for People, This One's Wife was spreading birthday cheer to her ladies. On July 16th, the Duchess of Sussex posted a video to her personal Instagram page that showed her getting ready to send rosé wine from her As Ever brand to friends. "Sending birthday love both near and far to my ladies," This One's Wife wrote over the video on her Instagram stories with a white heart emoji. It then goes on to describe a bit more of the clip. I've already done that, so we don't need to go through all of that. The camera then cut to 3 bottles of the pink wine artistically arranged in a wooden box with peaches, white flowers and a white heart tied with a woven bow. One of the recipients of the gifts was also revealed on July the 16th. On Wednesday, IT Cosmetics co-founder Jamie Three Names, for it is her, shouted out This One's Wife on her own Instagram stories, thanking her for the birthday basket. At This One's Wife, thank you for the most magical birthday basket. Our friendship is a gift, as is your beautiful soul. Permission granted to vomit. And there was a picture of the box with the peaches, with the white heart, with the flowers, with the wine inside. She then put it with emojis of a smiley face, with hearts, a red heart and a confetti horn. But that wasn't all. Elsewhere on her Instagram stories, she posted another slide thanking her for the tribute. Jamie Three Names turned 48 on July the 16th, and she celebrated the occasion at a Katy Perry concert, although it would appear she didn't invite this one's wife. Celebrating my birthday with closest friends, which doesn't include this one's wife, and so much love at Katy Perry. Thank you for an incredible experience and for your heart and friendship. And to the incredible women who are like sisters to me, thank you for flying cross country for the best birthday week ever, which didn't appear to include this one's wife either. 48 years, the podcaster captioned on Instagram carousel on her birthday. Well, accordingly, it wasn't directed at Queen Camilla, it was sent to Jamie Three Names, and she relied upon Jamie Three Names to reference the receipt of the gift, which she duly did through one of her own Instagram stories, and it shows that what I mentioned yesterday was entirely appropriate. If you had been able to purchase this wine, you just got the egg box packaging and the tissue paper. But if you're deemed to be a worthy recipient of it being gifted to you for the purposes of a birthday, you get a grift box. Oh, yes, you do. You get the wooden box, which was paraded by this one's wife on her Instagram. You're more special than the proles that might be able to purchase the wine. Oh, yes, you are. And reliably enough, this one's wife was able to rely upon Jamie Three Names, who didn't deem it the friendship so good as to invite this one's wife to her birthday bash, but nevertheless provided a shout out to her on her own Instagram, which of course would be beneficial for this one's wife because it would demonstrate the non-intimate secondary source that is Jamie Three Names is under control. It provided her with some fuel, and it would provide her with a residual benefit of publicity because other people would see the Instagram post of Jamie Three Names. Accordingly, as suspected, it wasn't directed at Queen Camilla. She wasn't merching off the back of Queen Camilla. What she was doing was she's triangulating the audience with the podcaster who looks like Buzz Lightyear on helium, and that was the result. Once again, interestingly, this one's wife selecting that individual for the purposes of receipt of a gift, but not such an important person in the life of Jamie Three Names to be invited to her birthday bash, which would undoubtedly wound this one's wife. Yet once again, leveraging a connection, not a proper friendship, but a connection, for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims. Jamie Three Names regards it as a friendship, as she recorded, but as I mentioned, not such a good friendship as to actually invite this one's wife to the birthday occasion. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.